Right, so we're about to walk in the Spider-Man No Way Home.
I'm petrified, I'm fucking nervous, I'm excited, but
we're very
nerves all over the place. I feel like I'm going to throw up at some point.
Yeah, and we're very, very excited. Throwing up in that mask is going to be fun. You know, just like, you look like Electro. Like, the spoiler. But, so we're going to film. We're not going to do any spoilers, don't worry. When we get back to Josh's house later on, we'll do the review. First half will be spoiler-free, second half will be spoilers, but we'll make it very clear. I'm also going to film my immediate reaction when we come out. Again, no spoilers. Right, into the cinema marching. Let's go.
Go, we're off. We're in.
We have got it to ourselves. We rule this cinema.
Check the
Cinema time's right. Let's go. Okay, so we're going to go back to Josh's house. We're going to do a review, but straight off the bat, that is the best Spider-Man film.
Best MCU movie. Also best MCU movie since Endgame.
Yep.
I really want to know where they go from here now. After that ending.
Dude, I am perspiring.
I am, so am I.
Bro.
I'm sweating buckets here.
Bro. And we get to watch Hawkeye for that. Oh, Jin, no. Dude, we got it! God, we did it! So guys, listen. You need to watch. Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, all in between and outside of that spectrum? We just got back from seeing Spider-Man No Way Home, and we're going to do a review of it for you right now. The first half of this review is going to be spoiler-free, and to know when we're going to be talking about spoilers, me and Joshua are going to swap. So when I'm there and he's here, spoilers.
Yeah, sure.
So if you skip forwards and you see we're sort around, spoilers. Okay, I'm not talking about the back of a car. Okay, spoilers. Okay, so but for the first half, we're only going to discuss things that you saw in the trailer. Okay, so if you've seen the trailers.
Apparently there's meant to be I heard that there was meant to be another trailer that was going to come today.
Oh,
a spoiler. I mean, maybe we'll see it. I don't know.
Maybe we'll see, but basically trailers that have come out 14th of December and beforehand, we're only going to discuss things in the first half of this that we saw in those first two trailers, okay? Yeah. So, first things first, so let's talk, so for the villains you see in the trailer, so let's talk about them.
Alright, so Green Goblin, he is the main villain of the movie, essentially. I mean, that's not a spoiler, really, I don't think it is.
Goblin is incredible. William Dafoe.
Willem Dafoe.
William Dafoe. I'm calling William Dafoe.
Apparently his name is William, but apparently he shortens it to Willem, I believe.
William Dafoe. Yeah. So, honestly, it's like no time has passed. Like, it was
it feels like he's just back in it.
Yeah,
really.
he stepped back into that role so well, and he also did the split personality thing really, really, really good in this film. Alfred Molina again stepped back into the role of Doc Ock incredibly. And
yeah, it says it. I'm on Wikipedia right now. Yeah, William Dafoe.
Yeah. So honestly, William Dafoe, Green Goblin. William Dafoe.
William. His name is credited as William Dafoe.
So
Doc Ock is great.
Doc Ock.
Alfred Molina, he's great.
Alfred, honestly, like. All the villains are incredible, but you really get the idea that Goblin is Spider-Man's arch nemesis. Because
he's the main villain of the movie.
He's arch nemesis, and honestly, cool. So yeah, honestly, Alfred Molina, it was great seeing him back as Doc Ock. And again,
does it feel like he's left?
No.
He just.
Every single actor who played the villains again just stepped right into the role.
They're all about Thomas Hayden Church is in it.
Yeah.
So at first I was like, is that his voice? And then it's like, no, that's it. That's
him, and also
Reese Evans or Evans. I'm not entirely sure.
As
the lizard.
And Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx is good.
He shone. He sparkled. He did great.
Also, he's quite funny.
He
has some really funny dialogue.
He's very much. He's fantastic. And also we love his yellow and green look. That's like, and he had like sort of a trailer.
It is interesting. His design is more or less. Well, more. He's not wearing the costume.
No. But
if I had to compare it to something, he looks more like the Electro from the PS4 Insomniac Spider-Man.
Yes, he does.
He's got like a harness on and everything.
Yeah.
It's a very similar to that.
And what's quite cool is at one point you saw like the
mask.
Yeah.
Which I call the Starbolt mask.
The Starbolt. Yeah. So honestly, seeing them back was just all incredible. Again, Alfred Molina, he brought, because obviously Doc Ock's incredible sort of thing, battling with the armor stuff. Seeing Alfred Molina bring back the amazing humanity that Doc Ock had, and I feel like that's one thing as well. These villains, all the actors really fleshed them out, and you see the evil, but also you see some of the humanity in it as well, which I think that's why this film I think is so good. And let's go ahead and talk about unless Tom Holland, God, he's incredible in this film.
Probably his best performance.
Oh,
Spider-Man.
easily.
By far.
I mean, the thing is,
I've always been kind of like, because this has kind of been like an arc of his.
Yeah.
Almost.
Tom Holland nailed it from the first time I saw him.
This is the culmination of his arc.
The love I have for Tom Holland. Also, me and him share the same birthday, 1st of June.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he's a fellow Gemini. See, and also I love the fact him and Zendaya are a couple in real life. It's just perfect. It's perfect.
And she's great in this as well.
Oh my God! Zendaya and Ned. Jacob, isn't it?
Jacob Batalon.
Jacob. So
he's good.
Zendaya and Jacob. Again. This is such a heartsoft story. Like, yes, this is a Spider-Man story, but it's also a Peter Parker story.
I think I sound like a broken record, but people were saying this beforehand. I was like, okay, and this is the ultimate love letter to Spider-Man.
Everything. It's honestly the ultimate love letter to Spider-Man. It is fantastic, and honestly,
it really gets to the core of like
what Spider-Man is
of his like. His personal issues matched.
Trying to balance being Peter Parker and Spider-Man, and Tom Holland does it so. And you know what, Tom Holland again, his best performance I've ever seen with anything. I know he's done lots of things like Cherry.
I'll say this: if you haven't seen Cherry, I liked it. A lot of people would be. He is fantastic.
And he's playing Nathan Drake. So honestly, Tom Holland.
We got the trailer for that.
We saw that as well. Yeah. So honestly, but Tom Holland, he is incredible as Spider-Man, and in this. You really, honestly, it is such a heartfelt performance. And honestly, this right here, this is, he is Spider-Man. It was just absolutely incredible. The film was beautiful. Doctor Strange again, Benedict Cumberbatch just...
He's great. He is Doctor Strange.
Yeah, he is Doctor Strange. It was great, honestly, seeing Doctor Strange, it was fantastic. Seeing Happy in it as well. Happy, again,
John Favreau, who's...
He's the godfather of the MCU.
Essentially the godfather of the MCU. He was the director of the Iron Man 1.
Yeah, he's honestly, seeing him in it was incredible. And again, there is so much heart in this film, and there is heart that comes from the likely places and in the unlikely places as well. When you watch this, honestly, you will feel something.
Marissa Tomei's also great as well.
Yeah, she's just.
The whole cast.
The whole cast is just
a couple and some other people as well.
It was great. Flash is great fun in this as well. People love Flash. It was great seeing his teachers and Hannibal Buress,
who plays Coach Wilson. He came back in this.
Also, J.K. Simmons as J. Jonah. It's J. Jonah.
There is no one else who.
And also, there's a very when he has his there's one point basically you'll see J.K. Simmons, J. Jonah Jameson, and he's advertising something, and it's hilarious when you see who his real life contemporary is.
It's Alex Jones.
He's based on Alex Jones.
And he's pimping shit like Alex Jones.
When you see there's a very big Alex Jones reference. When you see, you'll be like,
that's funny.
But now. We're going to swap, and we're going to talk about spoilers. I'm going to count you down from 10. Now, guys, this is your last chance. If you do not want this film to be spoiled, go ahead and go and watch it. We're going to swap, and we're going to talk about spoilers. And honestly, we're going to swap. Okay, in 10,
just gonna swap.
9, 8, 7, 6.
How much shorter than I did?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your last chance, and
before we get to
let's get it going.
Charlie Cox.
So, Charlie Cox is there as Matt Murdock, and it is because at some point in the film, they're like, oh, you need a lawyer. They kept saying, there's like a good 2 minutes of like, you need a lawyer. Was it like, was it going to be him or She-Hulk? And
it would be cool to see Tatiana Maslany make her first appearance here.
This is true.
He's only in one scene.
But that's all we needed.
I was like that. I heard rumors, because there were rumors he was going to be in it. And
Charlie Cox, and
I remember hearing, I was like, okay, because I remember hearing he was going to show up as Daredevil, but I'm looking at, I'm like, I don't know how he would have.
We did see him. We saw him as Matt Murdock. We had a nice little reference. We had a nice little reference to him.
Scoot over.
We had a nice little reference to him as Daredevil because he catches a brick and it's just like, how do you do it? I'm a very good lawyer. I thought he was going to say, you have your gifts, I have mine. That's what
that would have
been a bit too. But honestly, even for this one scene that he was in, because you know what even better is, okay? Because this solidifies one thing. Because there's some debate of, about the Netflix being the well.
I will say this in terms of the Netflix being canon. If I would not be surprised if Charlie Cox in this, he is Matt Murdock.
Yeah,
he is Charlie Cox.
But it's a slightly different version.
It is a soft reboot, or again a variant.
A variant.
Or technically, then the variant would be the Netflix show.
Yeah, we don't know. But all we know is Charlie Cox is back as Daredevil.
Charlie fucking Cox.
I reckon it's me.
Boy.
Because honestly, he was perfect as Matt Murdock because it was perfect, and he had the red glasses, and honestly, I hope this rumored Daredevil series we get is true, and
I hope he shows up maybe in Spider-Man 4.
As Daredevil. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Him and Kingpin could fight each other.
Yeah. Fingers crossed we see Kingpin soon as well. Now let's talk about. I love it because everybody was like, "We know they're in it. We know." But I am just so okay. So basically, the most beautiful thing, and you know what? This was everything we wanted. Every generation of Spider-Man.
I'm wearing my Jessica Jones T-shirt. I can find a Spider-Man T-shirt.
It's connected, what's up? They were in it. Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, they came back, and it was the most beautiful. And guess what? It wasn't a cameo. No.
They're in essentially good for the last act of the film.
And you know what?
And the banter between all three of them.
Every single thing, like, you think yourself, are they going to reference the fact that Tobey Maguire's got natural web shooters? They did.
Yeah.
To reference the fact that both Andrew Garfield's friend and Tobey Maguire's friend sort of told them, they did. Fun little fact, Ned was like, I won't tell on you kind of thing. That was quite cool.
That was funny.
And everything. There's also, and it was so, and also the conversation, there's so many scenes, just seeing the three of them on screen.
There's the money shot, which was in the which you see in the trailer with Spider-Man, with Tom Holland's Spider-Man, landing on the head of the Statue of Liberty. Obviously, the actual movie, it's all three of them web swinging, landing on. It's the fucking money shot of the movie.
Because honestly, because when we first saw because Ned's got Doctor Strange, what's these ring?
I think it's called the sling ring.
The sling ring.
Yeah.
So when you first opened it, we saw a Spider on the end. It's like, hang on a minute.
I knew it was a mix.
Because you knew before I did. You reckon?
I reckon even because you see he's it's the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit.
Yeah.
The big white eyes in that suit, and I was like, that's fucking Andrew Garfield.
Yeah. And he came through and taken off, and was just like, I knew it, and Andrew now they can stop asking Andrew all over again, because also Andrew, my friend, you're one of the best liars ever, and I'm just so glad now that everyone can stop bugging Andrew Garfield like, are you in it? And Charlie Cox like, are you in it? Are you in it?
I mean, Tobey Maguire did every issue.
So yeah, honestly, just every scene with the three of them in it on screen was magic. It was cinema. It was beauty. It was everything. Because just seeing them together.
I think it was good the three of them being in it and them talking about the problems of being both Spider-Man and Peter Parker.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
Because honestly,
it does kind of feel like a love letter to that character almost.
It really does.
Especially because this feels also like a celebration of the previous films.
Yeah. I mean, there was a part when the three Spider-Men were talking about loss, right? And Tobey Maguire spoke about Uncle Ben. Andrew Garfield spoke about
Gwen. I thought he was going to say, Uncle Ben as well.
Yeah.
But
I guess Gwen was the one he most blamed himself for.
Yeah.
And honestly,
I bet it was Uncle Ben as well.
And Uncle Ben as well.
But he brought Gwen instead.
And what happened was this moment where all three of them were talking, and Tom Holland's broken at this point. Like
because spoiler alert, Aunt May.
Aunt
May.
So
Marissa Tomei's Aunt May gets killed
because Goblin
kills her. Goblin kills her.
Goblin kills. And you know what? I'm glad, if there was one villain who was going to do it, had to be Goblin.
Yeah.
And honestly, just seeing that, we're seeing them, and also seeing what I loved about this is. Yes, there were a few parts I played for laugh, like they were trying to figure out who's Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2.
That was good. That was really fun. That was fun.
There's also a lot of moments, especially with Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland, and Tobey Maguire, where, there was tears. You realise that these are people who have lost, but But
that's the
balancing-
old typical Parker luck.
This is it.
It's
they had to-
just what it is. And it's,
they had to pick, like, the whole thing about choosing between being Peter Parker and Spider-Man is so prevalent here. And honestly, also, there's one thing as well, one amazing part as well, because obviously, Tom, again, because you saw when MJ was falling and Tom Holland got knocked out, Andrew Garfield saved it.
which I think everyone knew was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen because I'm like, it makes so much sense. Because the way it's shot is like,
Exactly
very much like the Amazing Spider-Man 2. He comes in, he saves her, and
Listen.
he's just like emotional about it. He's like, I kind of made up for not saving Gwen.
Because there's a moment, and oh my god, Andrew
It kind
Garfield.
of makes some of those moments, some of the scenes in like Amazing Spider-Man 2 a little bit better. A little bit better.
I think this film enhances all the previous.
And it's also great. Again, they're all. I mean, Tobey Maguire. This might be Tobey Maguire's best performance as Spider-Man.
He was incredible as Spider-Man.
I mean, he's really good.
And do you know what as well with
And also Andrew Garfield, because Andrew Garfield was a fantastic Spider-Man anyway.
Andrew Garfield for me, and again, Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire's acting was again off the charts.
Yes.
And this is the thing
And it's funny, and it's some really good, funny moments and quips here.
Really, like organic webbing and all that stuff. Like, honestly, for me, when Andrew Garfield caught MJ, and you saw genuinely welling up of emotion, it felt like to me he was saying, not this time, not again. And he saved her, and I reckon, and again, it was so emotional for us, and also. There was one part where Tom Holland was beating the crap out of Goblin, right? And he was about to kill Goblin, but because Tobey Maguire was quite good, I think this Tobey Maguire, he'd been Spider-Man for a long time.
Yeah, because even Doc, because there's a moment where Doc Ock gets to see him again, and he even says like, "Oh, you're much older."
Yeah, so it means he's been Spider-Man for, and even he said,
"This clear. This is like way after Spider-Man 3."
And even Andrew Garfield even said like after he lost Gwen, when he said like how much for us and how much angry better when Tobey Maguire like stopped him. And he just looked at him, and he's like, and it was just perfect. And I was scared for a moment when Goblin stabbed.
Oh yeah, yes, Goblin stabs her. I thought, don't tell me you're gonna kill her.
But he was okay.
He was okay.
But also, there's a moment. Also, one of the best moments.
It's really funny because they hug at the end, like, and then it's like, you're in pain, aren't you? It's like, yeah, right.
Yeah. But when this when they hug again, every scene with the three of them together was perfect.
It's pretty much everything I wanted.
This is everything I wanted. And for me, honestly, this film was incredible. And having Matt Murdock in it was the cherry on the cake.
Again, Matt Murdock's only one scene, but I didn't mind.
It's
that.
amazing.
I was just like, well, that to me kind of sells that. Okay, even completely said that if Daredevil going forward, he will be played by Charlie Cox.
And again, when we were saying earlier that it was when they mentioned it was either going to be him or She-Hulk. Who's the actress playing She-Hulk?
Tatiana Maslany.
That's what we're looking for. When's her series comes next year?
Next year.
And she's a lawyer.
Which looks really.
I reckon her and Daredevil will together because they're both lawyers. But like, do you like?
I think he'll be in there in She-Hulk. Yeah.
Do you like lawyering? Yeah, me too. Way! But honestly, this film for me was the perfect Spider-Man film because you know what? And the thing is,
it's I mean, there's a lot of fan service in there as well. I don't mind that. I love beautiful fan service. I don't care.
You know what I love it? I love it. And the thing is, even having the other Spider-Man in it didn't take away from this being Tom Holland's like shining film. This was again, the acting was off the charts in this film, and the ending as well. Again, guys, spoilers, but what Peter had, because the thing is, that was the ultimate. With great power must come great responsibility.
Peter
sacrifices his entire
like kind of like life in a way, but he doesn't die. Obviously,
doesn't die. But
what happens is he. Because the whole, he tries to make everyone forget that Peter Parker's Spider, but he fucks up the spell and everything.
Yeah.
And now he atones for that by telling Strange, look, just make everyone forget who I am. Because that's why people are coming to this universe. So maybe the people who were coming, because we saw like silhouettes.
We see.
I'm going to assume
other Spider-Men,
either Spider-Man villains or from different universes or whatever.
I saw one of a spear. Don't know what that could be.
I don't know what
could
that
be.
But Molan from who's a member of the Inheritors. Maybe.
Yeah. But honestly. With this film,
I was thinking, would it be cool if we see like the PS4 Spider-Man in there? Well, that would be really rad.
Also, Also, Electro, a nice little reference to Miles Morales. He was like, "Oh, I
I was
thought one
hoping
of
to be black.
yeah." He's like, "Well, one of you's got to be," and he's like,
And
"Yeah,
it's like, I think Miles does exist.
yeah," because he's got the Prowler.
And in the deleted scene from Homecoming,
He's on the phone.
he mentioned, even says, "Sorry, Miles,
Yeah.
I'm not going to make it." So I would not be surprised if Miles shows up in the next trilogy.
Oh, that'll be when that would because then eventually he'll hand the mantle over.
You can have another trilogy of Peter in college.
Yeah, and then
pass the mantle on to Miles, and maybe it'll be called Ultimate Spider-Man.
yeah, Miles Order Spectacular. You know that.
No, Ultimate. It'll be Ultimate because Miles originated from the older universe.
Cool. So it'll be Ultimate Marvel. So yeah, to be honest, and so yeah, it's great seeing that. And also, and again, in the end, what was quite beautiful is almost it was in a weird way. Every villain got saved, like in a
They were
weird.
cured, but technically, they do have to go back to their deaths though.
That's the thing. It's left because obviously
William
Dafoe.
Then essentially you're retconning all the other movies, which I don't think
No, they haven't done that. I feel like it's one of those things. They've sort of accepted it's their destiny to go, or maybe they go into like a branch timeline or something like that. It could be anything.
Maybe it depends on how time travel works in the other universes. I don't know.
Honestly,
because like in X-Men, the X-Men movies, like because they
Time-
change past.
and
Time
time-
travel is way. It's literally go back in time, change the
Change,
past,
and it'll
change
be-
the future. Obviously, the MCU they
One
don't do that.
thing
It's like you go back in time,
William
change.
Dafoe really made you feel for Norman Osborn quite a few times.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Honestly, and again, and
He's so good in this movie.
William Dafoe. Oh,
He's
mate.
so good in this. It is interesting that like that all the villains here are from different universes and not an MCU Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Which is really interesting.
There was a reference that when you do Mysterio technically is in
You
the
hear Jake Gyllenhaal,
Yeah,
but it's archive footage from fucking
yeah.
Far From Home.
But honestly, and the fact, and at the end,
I
where
still think he's dead. Like, I still either he's dead.
if he's alive, he'd have forgotten that Peter Parker was Spider-Man.
So-
But here's my thing though as well is that in the end when because there was a really sweet moment because again what I feel like obviously this film as well I feel gave Tobey Maguire a beautiful ending, but also it gave Andrew Garfield the opportunity to come back into the part he loves the most, and also because what he wanted obviously in Spider-Man 2 the whole thing, again Electro and Max Dillon, his whole thing was he couldn't be seen, but in the end when he's just like I just want people to see me, and it's a very nice moment between them two, and it feels like he achieved what he wanted to do, and
it's the best Spider.
it really is.
I mean, a lot of people say Into the Spider-Verse is the best Spider-Man movie, and I think that's an incredible movie. I would not argue.
It's up there, 100%. It's up there.
There is a part of me that says this might be either tied with that, or maybe better. I don't know.
For me, so
I don't know yet. But I Spider-Verse is great, and I'm really looking forward to Across the Spider-Verse Part 1.
I reckon we'll see.
Do you think we'll see Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland in
They
Across the Spider-Verse?
did a 3D model for Tom Holland for. Well, they didn't put him in it, but it was a 3D model for him. Yeah.
Just
But
reuse
anyway,
that, maybe.
But honestly, we'll sort of wrap up the review here. But honestly, this film is
Is there there was a trailer, post-credit scenes.
post-credit scene. Well, not like okay.
Tom Hardy's Venom. Tom Hardy's Eddie Brock Venom shows up. I've only seen Venom. The
You haven't
first
seen the
Venom.
Venom.
I haven't seen Let There Be Carnage.
So Tom Hardy goes back to his universe,
but apparently a little
bit of
piece
the
of the
symbiote.
symbiote thing.
So symbiote now is there. It'll go to Tom Holland. Tom Holland will become Black Suit Spider-Man, which we've not seen for a while. So it'll be quite cool to see that. I hope he gets the white.
I want the white spider.
I want the white spider and all that stuff. And then imagine, if we do get Black Suit Spider-Man, I want to fight Shocker. Shocker! You can't escape me! I'll chase you to the end of the earth. You know what? Here's one thing I want. If we do I do want, because Shocker's in it, Herman Schultz, I want Black Suit Spider-Man to fight him in the bell tower, if that happens, and then,
Then again,
Eddie
are
Brock.
we going to get an Eddie Brock?
There'll be an Eddie Brock in Tom Holland's universe, won't it?
But will it be Tom Hardy or will it be someone else?
But yes, what was I going to say? So,
Also, we get post-credit scene.
post-credit scene,
In
nice.
a trailer, essentially, for Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness 2.
Which looks
Fucking
incredible.
brilliant.
Got
So
Baron
good.
Mordo. He's
And
got his
it's
Kane
Sam Raimi.
and he's got Sam Raimi.
And it does look pretty, very, at times, kind of horror movie
It does
vibe.
feel again Evil Dead.
Evil
Yeah.
Dead, which I
And so there's a beautiful trailer for that, and there's a part in it where there's a part, and again, spoiler alert for this trailer. But if you guys have seen What If, when you see evil Doctor Strange Supreme.
he's called Doctor Strange
Supreme. You see him in it, right?
Which I was surprised by. I was like, oh my god, they're doing that then.
We get to see
that
one of
that
them.
makes sense, because,
We're going to get a good multiverse, isn't it?
Yeah,
What Wanda?
I'm very happy to see that because Benedict Cumberbatch also voiced it as well, and he's good to play.
He's playing it. So we can see Wanda. Rumor mill is we might see Captain Carter, which I'm here for.
Another rumor, we might get some Fox characters.
Yeah,
we might
yeah.
get Professor X and Wolverine.
Do you know what? Remember,
played by Patrick Stewart and Hugh Jackman.
I mean, I'm saying one part of me that'll always be a bit sad is we were not going to see Chadwick Boseman as T'Challa Star-Lord. That would have been amazing.
Yeah, thanks for depressing me.
That would have been.
That would have been great. I mean, yeah.
But was it? What did we say? To the farthest star, we will find you. That's a beautiful. But anyway, R.I.P. my friend, R.I.P. man. Your legacy's gonna live on. It's okay. Listen, man.
Yeah, that was.
It's good. It
the best Spider-Man.
It was the best Spider-Man film.
The
One of the best MCU films we could definitely say.
I put this probably right next to Endgame. Maybe this is Endgame. This is Spider-Man Far From Home. No way home. It's.
Honestly, it was the best for me. The best Spider-Man film. Might be my top 5 films of all time now. This film. But yes, we're gonna wrap up.
I'm a pretty hardcore Spider-Man fan. This is just
because it's got
the
every
love letter to this character.
Everything.
It feels like.
So I'm gonna end.
It does feel like this is made by people who love Spider-Man. I'm excited to see what John Watts does with Fantastic Four.
Yeah, he did do the Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four.
So yeah,
we'll probably for the next trilogy we'll probably get a new director in.
Yeah.
I don't know who they'll get to do it. Probably not happen, but I'd love to see Edgar Wright take a crack.
Edgar Wright would be fantastic.
That'd be great. If they got Edgar Wright to do fucking a trilogy of Spider-Man,
do you know what?
That'd be amazing.
I'm gonna end the review because it's got to half an hour. I just want to say, this film for me, the acting was perfect, the casting was perfect, and it was a beautiful, beautiful love letter.
And again, it's big. It's a big movie.
This is Avengers level for me.
Even they say this is an Endgame level,
and it was
type of a Spider. It's like it refers to it as Spider-Man Endgame.
Yeah,
and it's gonna feel like that. Almost.
It was.
It definitely feels like the culmination of the high school trilogy,
it's also
or the home trilogy.
It was a combination of 20 years as well. And honestly.
I am curious. I want to. That because of the ending. Also, Spider-Man. Also, Tom Holland's Peter Parker gets a new suit at the end.
Yes, which is blue and red. Which is just like I'm looking forward to seeing a clearer picture of that.
I want to see that because that looks really cool.
So we're going to end off by saying. My conclusion. Jen, I'm waiting to do yours in a second. I'm going to say that this film, my favorite Spider-Man film, I think it was a love letter to everything. It was also this film was as much a Peter Parker film as it was a Spider-Man film, and for me. This does everything that a Spider-Man film should do. It challenges, balancing between being... Because he is not Iron Man. He is not Thor. He is a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And he has to balance the two. And the surprises in it were beautiful. And this was everything. You know what? I went in there with the highest of expectations. I think we all do.
Yeah.
And I am more than satisfied. I am over the moon.
I will not be surprised if this is the first film. This is the first movie... since the pandemic to probably make $1 billion.
Yeah, for me, this film was a 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
And honestly, I just want to say thank you to everyone.
I can't think of anything I didn't like.
Me neither. Literally,
there might be a couple of things, but I can't think of anything.
I loved everything.
Maybe I need to let it marinate, but I can't think of anything I didn't like.
Me neither.
About this.
Honestly, somewhere up there in the highest cloud, Stan Lee is saying Excelsior.
Yeah. Stock Strange is a Ditko creation.
Yeah. There you go. So that's my conclusion. An amazing film, a beautiful love letter, amazing piece of art, and this for me just paid a beautiful homage to the past with Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, and they played their Spider-Man perfect. In fact, I think that's the best we've seen them. And Tom Holland, his emotion that we all felt this.
I feel like Tom Holland, he is Spider-Man.
Tom Holland.
He is cement. I think this might be the film that really cements him as the perfect Spider-Man.
I think anybody who can watch this film, anybody should be able to watch this film and know that Tom Holland is incredible. And honestly, Tom Holland, everything about this film is amazing. I hope I get to work with you guys one day. Honestly, that's the dream, man. Listen, I'll play Hydra, man. I don't care. I'll play anybody.
You play a tree.
I'll play a tree. I'll play
You would play bystander number 1.
I certainly would. Yeah. Who's secretly Mephisto? Anyway.
We didn't see him in the film. I didn't.
No, Mephisto's not in the film. I mean,
imagine if he was.
Mephisto's going to turn up in the most unlikely. He's going to be like, ooh.
Imagine he shows up in the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special.
You know what?
That'd be hilarious.
But anyway, see, that's my conclusion. And a beautiful film. Everything about this cinematography, direction, the acting, everything. 10 out of 10.
To quote another Daredevil, I agree. Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck.
So it's like,
remember Henry Cavill review? He's like, I agree.
Okay. So what would you say? So your favourite things about the film? Just like bullet points.
Tobey Maguire coming in, the all three Spider-Man being in it, that was great. It's a proper Peter Parker story. It's the best Spider-Man movie.
So guys, go ahead and watch that film because honestly, our words can't do it justice.
There's a part of me wants to watch it again, but obviously, I don't know. Obviously, cases are going up because of the pandemic.
Yeah,
because
so
I'll be crowded.
this is probably the last time we're going to see.
And also, people are not fucking wearing masks. Get vaccinated. Go get your vaccine for fuck's sake.
Yeah. But by the way, I'm not coughing. I'm generally coughing because I think I choked on something. I know you're saying that I'm the worst time to get a tight throat. But no, honestly, guys, you guys go and watch it. It's an amazing film, and honestly, it was just a joy to watch. And it was, you know what? It was called Far From Home, but I really felt like we all came home.
No, it's called No Way Home.
No Way Home. I feel like there goes my emotion. I feel like it was called No Way Home, but I feel like we all found our way home in the end, which was in this. What? I don't care if that's cheesy. I don't care. I said it. We all found our way home in the end, and that is our friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He is amazing. He is spectacular.
He is sensational.
He is
web of.
He is superior. And
he is ultimate. He is web of Spider-Man.
So yeah, guys. This us signing off now, guys. Keep being amazing. Go and see that film. He's astonishing. I can't think of any other. He is.
Not off the top of my head.
What's the Japanese one with the Megazord?
That's just again. It's just Spider. It would be cool if we saw fucking Leopardo on it. If Leopardo, we don't see Japanese Spider-Man, but if he showed up, we see like an arm of Leopardo.
That'd be great.
Who's a giant robot.
Yeah.
I would have flipped my shit out. Like,
yeah, guys, keep being amazing. Go and watch this film, and if you've seen it, let us know what you think in the comments. But put spoiler alert if you're going to be talking about spoilers.
We might order some food because we're fucking starving.
Okay, guys, keep being amazing. Fare thee well.